Why older adults keep waking up at 3 a.m. and what it really means for your health and sleep. Have you ever found yourself wide awake in the stillness of the early morning, maybe around 3 a.m.? The world is quiet, the clock is ticking softly, and you're left wondering, why now? If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. For many older adults, waking up at this hour isn't just a random fluke. It's your body and perhaps your heart gently calling your attention to something deeper. In today's video, we're going to take a peaceful, honest look at why this early morning wake-up happens so often in later life, and what it might really mean for your health, your emotions, and your rhythm of rest. If any part of this speaks to you, please leave a comment below and share your story. Let's begin together. Number 1. The quiet shift in your body's natural clock. As we grow older, something gentle but powerful begins to happen inside us. Our internal clock starts to change. You may have noticed it yourself. You get sleepy a little earlier than you used to, perhaps drifting off before your favorite show even finishes. And come the early hours of the morning, like clockwork, your eyes open, sometimes at 3 a.m., sometimes even earlier. This isn't a sign that something is wrong. In fact, it's a beautiful reminder that your body is still very much alive and responsive. What's happening is something called an advanced sleep phase, a natural shift in the timing of your sleep and wake cycles. It's your body's way of saying, I've had enough rest, even if the sun hasn't risen yet. Years ago, when your days were full of work, social gatherings, and busy routines, your body held on to a later bedtime. But now, with quieter evenings and fewer time-bound obligations, your rhythm has gently moved forward. You may fall asleep at 8:30 or 9 p.m. without meaning to, and by 3 a.m., your body believes it's time to rise. What's important to remember is this. Your body isn't betraying you. It's simply adjusting to the life you're living now. And with a little awareness, like keeping evening lights warmer, staying lightly active later in the day, or enjoying a gentle phone call before bed, you can gradually reshape that rhythm in a way that suits you. Number 2. When the body whispers through discomfort. Sometimes those 3 a.m. awakenings don't come from a full night's sleep, but from something much quieter. A small ache, a subtle twinge, or a gentle nudge from within. As we age, our bodies speak to us in new ways, often in the still of night, when everything else has quieted down. It could be your hips feeling stiff from lying in one position too long, or a shoulder that just doesn't settle comfortably like it used to. Perhaps it's the urge to use the bathroom, more frequent now than it was years ago. These aren't signs of weakness. They're signs that your body is still paying attention, still doing its job, still asking for your care. Even something as simple as a slightly cooler room temperature or a little heartburn after a late dinner can stir you from your rest. And for many older adults, the medications we rely on to stay well, those for blood pressure, joint pain, or digestion, can have side effects that quietly interfere with sleep. Take a moment to notice these patterns without judgment. Waking up doesn't mean something is wrong. It means your body is asking you to listen. For example, adjusting your evening meal, keeping a glass of water nearby, or talking to your doctor about the timing of your medications could make a meaningful difference. A warm blanket for sore joints, or a soft stretch before bed, might be all it takes to soften the night. There's a quiet wisdom in waking when the world is asleep. It's your body reminding you that you're still here, still in tune, and still worthy of care. And in these early hours, that awareness is a gift. Number 3. When the mind stirs while the world sleeps. Not every early wake-up is caused by the body. Sometimes it's the mind, quietly active, gently reaching into the past, or holding on to a thought that won't quite let go. Around 3 a.m., when the house is still and the outside world is hushed, Our inner world often speaks the loudest. You may find yourself lying awake, not in pain, not anxious exactly, just awake. Perhaps memories come drifting in, moments shared with loved ones, decisions made long ago, questions you never had time to ask when life was busier. These are not signs of unrest. They're reflections, honest and human. As we grow older, we naturally carry more life within us. More stories, more experiences, more emotions, and without the rush of work or daily demands, those feelings sometimes rise to the surface in the quietest hours. It's not uncommon to feel a subtle ache for companionship or a soft longing for connection. Loneliness doesn't always roar. It often whispers. But here's something powerful. Those wakeful moments can also be a time of peace. Some older adults keep a small notebook beside the bed, writing down thoughts or memories that appear in the dark. Others play gentle music, sip a warm drink, or even whisper a prayer or reflection into the night. You're not broken because you wake up with your thoughts. You're deeply alive. The mind, like the heart, remembers what matters, and sometimes it needs the stillness of night to speak. So if you find yourself awake at 3 a.m. with your thoughts wandering, listen with kindness. What is your heart trying to say? Number 4, the rhythm of routine and how it shapes your nights. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we shift the rhythm of our days, and our nights follow. A quiet dinner at 5 p.m., a cozy chair and a favorite show in the early evening, maybe dozing off before 9. These small changes often come naturally as life slows down, but over time, they can quietly reshape your body's internal clock. You see, our bodies crave routine. They listen closely to the signals we give them. When we eat, when we move, when we dim the lights and start to unwind. And when those signals begin earlier in the day, our sleep cycle responds by starting earlier too, and ending earlier, often around 3 a.m. It's not a flaw. It's just your body adjusting to the life you're now living. For someone who's recently retired or spending more time at home, the days can become softer, quieter. Without the structure of work or social activities, the body no longer gets the cues it once relied on. And gradually, sleep starts to shift, like a gentle tide rolling in earlier each evening. The good news: small, thoughtful changes can help restore balance. A short walk in the late afternoon, bright light in the living room after dinner, a light snack before bed to prevent a dip in blood sugar. These subtle tweaks send signals to your body that say, "Not bedtime yet." Even adding a bit of conversation or gentle movement in the evening can help your system hold off on sleep, so you wake up later feeling more refreshed and in sync with your day. It's not about forcing change. It's about gently guiding your rhythm with the same care you'd give a garden. A little attention, a little light, and a lot of patience. Number 5, the heart's quiet messages in the dark. There's a kind of wakefulness that has little to do with melatonin, aching joints, or daily habits. It comes from somewhere quieter, somewhere deeper. It's when the heart stirs before the sun does. Waking at 3 a.m. might not always be about sleep. Sometimes it's about what hasn't yet been spoken, what hasn't fully settled. These early hours can be a tender space where emotions, long tucked away, finally have room to rise. You may find yourself remembering a loved one, replaying an old conversation, or simply feeling a quiet ache you can't quite name. This isn't unusual. As we grow older, we carry more love, more loss, more wisdom. And when life slows down, our hearts sometimes take that as an invitation to reflect. But here's the beautiful truth. These moments can be healing. They can become gentle pauses for understanding, rather than restless disruptions. Some people write down what they're feeling. Others find comfort in prayer, meditation, or just placing a hand over the heart and breathing slowly, kindly. If you're waking up in the dark with your thoughts full, know that this doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. It means your life has had depth and that your inner world still has something to say. Instead of turning away from it, try welcoming it with compassion. Ask yourself, what do I need right now? What part of me is asking to be heard? Sometimes what keeps us awake is not a problem to fix, but a story that wants to be acknowledged. And when we honor that, sleep tends to come more gently. So do peace and self-understanding. If you've been waking at 3 a.m., now you know. It's not just a sleep problem. It's a conversation between your body, your mind, and your heart. Whether it's a natural shift in your sleep cycle, a whisper of discomfort, a memory returning in the quiet, or simply a change in daily rhythm, there's meaning in it. There's life in it. If any part of this video resonated with you, we would love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might be the comfort someone else needs. Please give this video a like if it helped you, and consider sharing it with someone you care about. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you'll always have a quiet space to return to, where your experiences are understood and your voice matters. Thank you for spending this time with us, wishing you peaceful nights and meaningful mornings.